More than 80% of drivers make these mistakes without knowing it, and these mistakes are shortening their car's life by years. You might be guilty of some of these too. These little things you do could be causing more damage than you think. I'm breaking down 9 stupid mistakes that are killing automatic cars every day. Doing even one of these could be a $5,000 repair bill before you know it. By the end, you'll know exactly what's destroying your car and how to stop it today. Let's start with mistake number 9. Mistake 9. Coasting in neutral. You're cruising downhill and you pop it into neutral to save gas. Sounds smart, right? It's not. Modern cars are way smarter than that. When you lift off the gas in gear, the engine cuts fuel flow completely. Zero fuel going in. That's how you actually save gas. Shift into neutral? Engine keeps idling, burning fuel the whole way down. So you're actually wasting more, not less. But it doesn't just waste fuel. Coasting in neutral cuts down on your control. In a split-second emergency, you won't have the quick power to accelerate out of trouble. You're just rolling with no power. And third, it adds extra wear. Shifting back into drive while your engine's idling is tough on your drivetrain. Plus, you're using your brakes way more since the engine isn't helping slow you down. That means more brake wear over time. Some drivers do this for years and wonder why their transmission starts slipping, or their brakes wear out twice as fast. One guy came in with warped rotors and glazed brake pads after a mountain trip, said he coasted in neutral the whole way down to save gas. Cost him $650 to fix what staying in gear would have protected for free. Stay in gear. Let the car work the way it was designed. Mistake 8. Running on empty. That fuel light's been on for 3 days and you're still pushing it. You think you're saving a trip to the gas station. What you're really doing is slowly killing your fuel pump. The fuel pump sits inside your gas tank submerged in fuel. That gas cools it down and keeps it lubricated. Run low all the time and the pump's exposed to air, running hot and dry. Then there's the sediment. When you're close to empty, you stir up all the gunk sitting at the tank's bottom. This grit can clog your fuel filter and hurt performance. Worst case, it damages other parts of your fuel system too. One clogged injector can cause misfires and rough idling. A full set of replacements? That's another $600 to $100 to $200. Replacing a fuel pump? You're looking at $400 to $800 depending on the car. And here's a bonus. Running on empty in winter can cause condensation inside your tank. That water freezes in your fuel lines and leaves you stranded in the cold. The fuel in your tank does more than power your car. It also cools your fuel pump. Driving on low fuel consistently causes the pump to overheat and can introduce air into the system. Keep that tank above a quarter full to protect your pump. It's that simple. Mistake 7. Revving the engine. When cold. This one I see every winter. Someone hops in their car, starts it cold, and immediately slams the gas like they're in a Fast and Furious movie. Congratulations. You just took years off your engine's life in under 10 seconds. When your engine's cold, the oil is thick. It hasn't had time to circulate and protect the moving parts. Revving it hard means metal-on-metal contact, increased wear, and zero lubrication where it matters most. When everything's cold, oil and transmission fluid are thick. They haven't circulated yet. They haven't reached all the moving parts. I had a kid with a Mustang do this every morning. Came in 3 months later with piston slap and lifter noise. Guess what? That cold start flex cost him nearly $5,000. You want your engine to last? Start it. Let it idle 30 to 60 seconds. Drive easy for the first few miles. That's it. When you hit the gas hard before warm-up, pistons, bearings, gears, and clutch packs are grinding under stress, with barely any protection. This is when most engine and transmission wear happens, during cold starts with heavy throttle. Some of you treat it like a drag strip straight out of the driveway, and just when the engine finally warms up, some folks go and ruin everything by making the next mistake. Mistake 6. Driving in drive all the time. Even on hills. You're cruising down a mountain road in drive, riding the brake pedal the whole way down. Your transmission's screaming on the inside, and your brakes are cooking themselves into oblivion. Leaving your car in drive on steep descents might feel normal, but it forces your transmission to handle excessive braking instead of using engine compression. This overheats the transmission and wears down your brake pads faster. Here's the thing. Automatic transmissions have lower gear modes for a reason. Use the L or 2 gear mode for hills. It helps control speed and saves your transmission from unnecessary stress. L2 or S mode uses engine braking to control your speed without destroying your brakes or overheating your transmission. Stay in drive on a steep descent, and your transmission has to work overtime managing heat and pressure. That fluid inside starts breaking down fast. Brakes glaze over, rotors warp, and when you finally need to stop hard, nothing's there. I've seen rotors glow red from people dragging brakes downhill for miles. One guy came in after a mountain trip with warped rotors, glazed pads, and transmission fluid that smelled like burnt toast. Cost him $900 to fix what a simple downshift could have prevented. Next time you're heading downhill, drop it into a lower gear. Let the engine do the work. Mistake 5. Driving through deep water. You see a big puddle. You think, hey, it's not that deep. So you punch it and send a wave over the hood. Feels cool until your transmission starts slipping 3 hours later. Driving through deep water may seem harmless, but it's risky business. Your transmission has vents to release internal pressure, which is great until those vents start letting water in. Here's the thing. In four-wheel drives, those vents are high up, so water rarely sneaks in. But on most regular cars, the vent sits low, right on the transmission itself. Drive through deep water and you're inviting trouble. On most regular cars, those vents sit low, right on the transmission case. Drive through deep water and those vents suck in water like a straw. Once water mixes with transmission fluid, it creates a thick, milky mess. That mess breaks down the glue holding your clutch packs together. Damaged clutch plates are almost guaranteed. And guess what? This damage can happen in hours. Here's the kicker. Draining the fluid won't undo the damage. With water inside, the transmission starts slipping. Soon enough, it could fail. I've seen transmissions fail the same day after going through deep water. One guy thought he was fine. Drove home, parked it. Next morning, no reverse. Transmission was cooked. Cost him $4,200 to rebuild. So steer clear of deep water in a regular car. Remember the saying, oil and water don't mix. It's no different for your transmission. If you're learning something here, hit that like button and subscribe. Auto Truth Lab. We post real automotive truth every week. Stuff that'll save you thousands. Alright, back to it. Because these next 4 mistakes, even worse. Mistake 4. Not using the parking brake. Most people think the parking brake is optional in an automatic. Wrong. When you park without engaging the handbrake, the entire weight of your car rests on the parking pole, a tiny metal pin inside your transmission. Over time, this can cause internal damage or breakage, especially when parked on a slope. That pin wasn't built to be a parking spot. It was built as a backup. It's about the size of your pinky finger and it's holding back 4,000 pounds. Park on a hill without the handbrake and you're stressing that powell every single time. Eventually, it wears down, cracks, or snaps. Then your car rolls. Even on flat ground, engine mounts and bushings take extra strain when the powl's doing all the work. I've seen parking powls break after years of abuse. The car rolls into traffic, another vehicle, or worse. And the repair? You're pulling the transmission apart just to replace a $30 part that costs $1,500 in labor. Use the parking brake every time. It supports your car and protects your transmission. It's not just for emergencies, it's how you protect the transmission from doing a job it was never designed to handle. But even with perfect parking habits, this next mistake will wreck everything from the inside. Mistake 3. Ignoring transmission. Fluid condition. Just like engine oil, transmission fluid breaks down over time, but many drivers never check it. Old fluid loses its lubrication ability, allowing heat and friction to tear up internal parts. Some manufacturers say transmission fluid is a lifetime. Let me translate that for you. They mean the lifetime of the transmission, which you just shortened by believing them. Transmission fluid breaks down. It gets dirty. It collects metal shavings from gears grinding together. Once it degrades, it stops lubricating, stops cooling, and starts destroying everything inside your transmission. Check your fluid level and condition regularly. It should be bright red and clean, not dark or burnt smelling. I've cracked open transmissions at 100,000 miles and found sludge thick enough to ruin a shop rag. The owner said, but the dealer said I never had to change it. Yeah. And now they're staring at a $3,500 rebuild. Most automatics need fresh fluid every 40,000 to 60,000 miles. Some newer ones go longer, but none of them go forever. If your car doesn't have a dipstick, that doesn't mean the fluid's magic. It just means you need a mechanic to check it. Dark fluid, burnt smell, or slipping shifts? That's your transmission begging for help. Change the fluid before it's too late, because once it starts slipping, you're not fixing it with a flush. You're replacing it. Mistake. 2. Leaving the car in drive at stoplight's red light. You're sitting there, foot on brake, car's in drive. Feels normal, right? Keeping the car in drive seems fine when you're at a stoplight, but here's why shifting to neutral is better, especially in the heat. When your car's in drive, the torque converter keeps working even when stopped. This movement creates heat as the transmission fluid slides. On a hot day, this extra heat builds fast. Within minutes, the temperature can rise by 50 degrees, which strains your transmission as it tries to cool. Heat is the #1 killer of automatic transmissions. Not miles, not age, heat. Shifting into neutral helps fluids circulate more freely with no extra pressure from the torque converter. Heat buildup is reduced. This also prevents wear and overheating on the transmission over time. Your transmission shares cooling with the engine through the radiator, low coolant, clogged radiator, failing water pump. Any of that and your transmission's cooking itself from the inside out. Transmission fluid starts breaking down fast above 200 degrees Fahrenheit. By 240 degrees, it's toast. Clutches glaze, seals harden, and metal warps. If your temp gauge ever climbs into the red, pull over immediately. Don't keep driving. Don't think you can make it home. You can't. Long stoplight, shift to neutral. Saves your transmission from overheating. Mistake. 1. Shifting from reverse to drive without stopping. So many people shift from reverse to drive or vice versa while the car is still rolling. Bad idea. This forces the transmission to suddenly change the direction of power flow, putting enormous strain on internal components like clutches and gears. Over time, you'll wear out the transmission prematurely, leading to major failure and thousands in repairs. You're in a hurry, backing out of a spot, and you yank the shifter into drive, while still rolling backward. Congratulations! You just forced your transmission to slam the brakes on itself and change direction mid-motion. That's not driving, that's mechanical abuse. Every time you shift before stopping, you're asking clutch packs and gears to fight each other. The transmission doesn't care that you're late, it just starts breaking down from the inside. 1 second of patience could save you $4,000, but most folks learn that the hard way when their car jerks, hesitates, or flat out refuses to shift anymore. I've seen transmissions fail at 80,000 miles because of this habit. Should have hit 200,000 easy. Rebuild cost, $4,000 minimum. Sometimes closer to 5. Always come to a complete stop before changing gears. It only takes a second, but it could add years to your transmission's life. 1 second, that's it. You just saved yourself $4,000. 9 mistakes. Question is, how many are you guilty of right now? Drop a comment. Tell me which one you caught yourself doing, or which one you just realized has been wrecking your car this whole time. Hit subscribe if this saves you money. Auto Truth Lab. We post real automotive truth every week. No fluff, just the stuff that actually matters. And remember, the biggest mistake isn't doing one of these. It's knowing about them and not changing your habits. Your car won't last forever, but it'll last a hell of a lot longer if you stop doing these 9 things today. Don't let a 1-second mistake cost you $4,000.